You're listening to the Friends After 40 podcast, where every episode feels like a conversation on your couch with close friends. So grab your coffee or your cocktail and come hang out with us.
Boom.
I think you should do it again.
Fuck you.
Okay, do it again.
I'm not doing that shit
That was
again.
good.
Give me a microphone.
First of all,
Mama's
Legs.
you guys made me open excited.
Yes.
Lee, you didn't open excited.
You
I'm
shut your
gonna
face.
grab her ending, so don't worry.
You didn't open excited.
I will open.
You closed
excited.
excited.
Well, maybe that's what I needed.
Baby, just say it till I make it. Just say it till I make it.
You're listening to the Friends After
You're listening
podcast.
friends.
Every episode feels like a conversation on your couch. With close friends. Grab your coffee or your cocktail.
Lex is here.
You're listening to the Friends After 40 podcast, where every episode feels like a conversation on your couch with close friends. So grab your coffee or your cocktail and come hang out with us.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back, Friends After 40 podcast. What is going on?
What up? What up?
Yeah.
All right, we are fresh off of a great weekend.
Yep.
Where we had it's July sometime, so I don't know when listener or
July.
watcher when you're watching or listening to this, but we just came off the 4th of July weekend, and it was Lisa's birthday, so we had a big old party.
It's your birthday.
Happy birthday, Lisa!
Oh, guys, stop. Keep going. Stop. Keep going.
Yes, so that was Lisa Simpson, right? That's from the
Yeah,
Simpsons. Okay, all right. All right, so we had a great big party this past weekend. Lots of fun.
So much fun.
A lot of fun.
And so we said, you know what? Let's make this next episode about party etiquette. I think it's a topic that we can all relate to as, you know, in this day and in our age, we're throwing, I don't want to say we're throwing parties, right? We're not like raging, but you know, get-togethers. You're entertaining. You're whether you're in the backyard barbecuing or you're holding a wine and cheese event in your kitchen. I don't care, whatever it is.
It's a party.
It's a party.
Yep.
Right? At this age,
we're
it's
eating,
all a party.
we're drinking. There's music,
Yeah.
dancing.
And it's a party.
Yeah,
It's all a party. And a good friend of ours pulled out an article over the weekend and said, "Hey, how relevant is this? Check out this article." And what was the name of the article?
It's a New York Times article. The name of the article is The Everything Guide to Partying.
The Everything Guide to Partying.
Yes.
And I think we're going to do it Friends After 40 style.
Yeah, we
Yep.
are.
So what's number one on that list?
Well, they're not numbered.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna run through some things, right? So how do you feel about having to take your shoes off at someone's home for a party?
I know.
Good
and
one.
we ask people to do that all the time.
Not for a party.
Yeah, we did for a party. I gave people socks
For game
in exchange for their shoes.
Night. Yes, for game night.
Because I felt
yes.
bad. I was like, but
that party is more of a relaxed feel.
Yes.
People's feet are on the couch,
Yeah.
but getting decked out type of party where you
Yeah.
put on your heels or you have on your
Yeah.
shoes.
And a nice suit
Do
jacket.
you make people take their shoes off,
I-
or
I-
do you get annoyed if someone tells you to?
I feel like you have to set the tone. You have to go back a couple episodes where we talk about setting the tone. If you're throwing the party, you should set the rules and you should let people know that,
K's and no shoes.
you know, this, if it's a very casual party, guys, it's casual. We're just hanging out. Appreciate it. I just got my floors done. Make something up. Dude, say something.
Slippers.
Right?
Bring your slippers.
Slippers.
Bring some socks.
My wife has OCD. Make something up. Do what you want. Or my husband
Blame it
has
on your
OCD.
wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, blame
I mean, I'll blame it on
the
James.
that's what you got out of that? Blame it on your wife.
That's all we got out of it.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
Blame it on your wife.
Blame it on your spouse. But I think you should probably set the tone to say, hey, you know, this is what it's going to be, and that's it. But to your point, if it's like a holiday party, you as the person throwing the party, you have to expect no one's going to walk in a black tie outfit with
Without shoes.
red socks on and have to take their shoes off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
remember those 80s commercials, nothing but shoes?
Yeah. Expect to clean your floor the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you're going to have like a formal party, you want people to dress up. You know, especially for women, the shoes go with it.
Yeah.
It's just hard to. Now, if you take them off on your own, that's different.
Yeah,
but
right.
I mean,
Because your feet hurt.
The shoes go with my outfit too. The shoes always go with my outfit.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it goes together. You know, especially I think more for like, you know, when you're dressed up, when you're wearing a jacket, a dress, whatever. It doesn't have the same
It takes away
feel.
from the look.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but when we have our like pool parties and things like that, we actually put down a runner.
Yeah.
So people won't wet the floor when they go use the bathroom. So
I think that one is. I get that.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess the consensus is that people should be able to keep their shoes on depending on the type of party.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to say, if you're throwing a party, period, end of story, you have to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Outside of like a pool party, right, where you lay the run around, people are running from, the sliders to the bathroom, right? But I think if you're having 20, 25 people over on a night where you're just doing, wine and cheese around the kitchen, like you kind of have to let it. Certain people will take it off,
Right.
and that's just them because that's either how they're raised, that's what they think, or
Or your close friends knows you.
your
don't
close
want
friends know that
shoes
maybe your wife's a little OCD about it. They're gonna know that. about
Stop
you.
looking at
Maybe
me.
it's the husband.
I'm just looking. Maybe it is the husband.
It's the husband, Janine.
So
Yeah, it's the
I have another question. So have you ever walked through like someone's home
Hawk two?
and
Walk through.
Oh, walk
through.
through. Okay, I thought you said hawk two.
and snooped around?
It snooped around.
And then
okay,
said,
yes.
"Hawk
I've never hawk
Yes.
two'd in anyone's house, by the way.
Yes.
I hope not.
Oh God.
It's private.
Lord.
Not that I would judge you. I wouldn't judge you.
You wouldn't judge him?
No, I wouldn't judge him. I accept him for who he is.
I feel like I'm keyword stuffing right now with the hawk two thing. But anyway,
I don't even know what to say.
so your question was
Not
what?
sure where it went. We
Wait,
saw
went left
That's
really
true.
quickly.
Have you ever gone to
Really
someone's
quick.
house and snooped around?
snooped around.
No, I have not.
No,
No, I'm
You
not
never
a
used a
snooper.
bathroom and just, maybe open the medicine cabinet, maybe
No.
open a little drawer,
I am not a snooper.
Maybe
Yep.
took a pen or something.
some matches.
Oh well, in other. Oh yeah, I thought you meant like in my friend's house. I wouldn't.
No,
snoop
in my
friend's
No,
friend's house,
at
no.
a party.
No, I've
it
never-
doesn't have to
Right.
be your
Maybe
friend's house.
maybe like an open house.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
fair
like
Oh,
game
that's,
there,
that's,
no?
that's interesting. Maybe not
Yeah.
at a party, but at an open house.
Yeah.
But you're there
You
to
know.
snoop around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying. It's fair
there's certain
game,
rooms
right?
you're not allowed in.
Yeah, this closet
What,
is
the ones
locked.
that are
The closet is locked, and you're like,
I got to get in here. I need to see what's in this
like,
closet.
why is it locked?
Lisa's like, go see if anyone's coming.
Stand right there. Give me a hug too if somebody's coming up.
Achoo.
Lisa was like, I was spitting on that thing all day, and you didn't stop what you were doing.
Jesus Christ, this episode.
Oh my God.
What is your feeling about bringing something to someone's party?
I
Like-
feel like it's the right thing to
It
do.
is. I feel like you should always bring something, a little something.
Yeah.
Always a hostess gift, I feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't take it home with you.
Well, yeah. So
Some people.
if you bring if you bring something to someone's home, right? I mean, I
That
think that's
that kills me
Like,
every.
I
I
don't
think
like that
the
candle,
wait,
right? I'm just going to take it back.
right? But I think the only time it's okay is when you don't want it and you're like pushing it
Yeah,
back. You're
you're
like,
like,
nah,
oh,
you can
no,
take
it's
this.
okay,
You
you
can
can
take
have
this
it.
back.
no, but you're
right?
giving it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can give
But
it
it's
back.
another thing if someone brings
That
like a
always
bottle
cracks me up
and-
when
and
someone
it- and
does
it goes
that. Like, oh, you're
unopened,
not going to finish this, right?
and-
So I'm going to just take it.
Well,
Yeah.
no, if it goes unopened, they feel like, well, nobody used it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I always think that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing.
That's a no-no.
Well, I have to tell you, before tonight's recording, I brought chicken wings, and if there's any left, I'm taking them home. Because they're amazing.
Jokes
They
on
are.
you.
They're
They're
really
really gone
good.
by the time you get upstairs.
He brought 32 chicken wings.
yeah, I don't know who can eat that many
Yes.
chicken wings. Yikes.
They were good though. They were good. They came all hot and everything. I was like, damn.
But I think it's good etiquette to.
What are your thoughts when someone shows up empty-handed?
Oh, yeah.
Do you notice? Like, okay, so your party this weekend, you had a lot of people there.
Yes.
I noticed some were empty-handed. Did you notice?
I sure did.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't pick
Because
up
I know
on
you
it.
were busy. Y'all were busy. But I was like, you kind of know people are like looking for you to hand you the gift personally, or they're looking for a gift table.
Yeah.
And then there are those that aren't.
Right. I mean, hey,
You know?
stuff happens.
I know.
I mean, it's not like, here's the thing. I'm not having a party and expecting gifts.
Yes,
You know?
I
but
know.
Etiquette, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like you try and bring something.
I mean, especially when you pay per person. It's just like, I think that's another thing.
Do you ever go to a party and plan to leave early?
Yes.
But sometimes you have to, and sometimes
You just
know,
want
like,
to.
yes, because like I'm going to tell you, last holiday season, I felt really burned out, and like this new thing has been happening where we're being invited to holiday parties now. Like it's beyond a work thing. It's like people are having parties, and I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, I don't want to socialize anymore. I'm tired, but sometimes you don't want to be rude. I always felt like it's better to show your face than
But
and
you can
leave
always,
early.
you can always say, I'm going to stop by, but I have something to do
Yeah.
early in the morning.
Yeah.
So I can't stay
right.
late.
Like put it out there ahead of time.
So they already know.
Yeah.
So they're not looking for you later on and be like, oh, they just left and they didn't say goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, how do
Because
you?
I'm known for Irish goodbying.
Well, not you're not only known for Irish goodbying. You're known for planning your exit before you arrive.
Yes. But it's also like a social anxiety thing for me.
Okay. Well,
Because I do get overwhelmed when there's a lot of people that I don't know and that like at my party, I was extremely overwhelmed and I was just like, oh my God, I have to talk to everyone. Like no one knows that I have like severe social anxiety. Like I just go blank and I don't know what to say and I just, hi, yeah, and it's like, ooh.
Well, you did great. No one
you
could
did
tell.
great.
Yeah, well, I think it was all those cosmos I
I was
had.
gonna say, thank God for liquor,
Yeah.
right?
I felt like I had to talk to everybody there too.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, we knew just about everyone there,
Facts.
so it was kind of like,
towards the end, right before the after party, someone was like, "Oh, you didn't come speak to me." And I was like,
Someone called you out on it.
Oh, wow.
"Yeah," and I was like, "I tried. I tried. I thought I got everybody."
Was
So
it somebody that you probably talk to all the time?
It's someone who knew me.
okay.
So what the article says is,
What does New York Times say?
if you're planning to leave early, don't go.
See, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either.
I think if you handle it the way Lisa said and kind of tell the person up front, right, then I think that should be okay.
I think that should be okay.
I think it's different. And maybe that's what the article means. It's kind of like if you don't say anything, your plan is like, I don't really want to go. I feel obligated to go.
And then
And
you're gonna dip
therefore,
out.
I'm going to dip out. Right.
Yeah.
I think we
maybe
need
that's
to define what does early mean, because some parties, they have no ending. They end when the last person leaves or the majority of the people leave. But if you put in a decent amount of time, right, like an hour and a half, 2 hours, I feel like,
It's okay to leave after 2 hours.
yeah,
I
I
agree.
feel like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I just made that time up, but
No,
I feel like that.
I agree. You can't just pop in for 15 minutes and then leave.
Right.
At that
I agree.
point, don't come.
don't come.
Right.
I agree.
I can't make
Yeah.
it. Sorry. Don't show up for 15 minutes and then leave. Especially when it's like an RSVP
Yeah.
per head count. But what about on the flip side of that, where someone says, I'll stop by, I can't stay long, and then they never show?
After you paid for them?
Well, let's remove the you paid for them thing, because
I mean, but they RSVP'd.
all right.
Well, I think we should definitely talk about the whole RSVPing and that. But finish what
I
you were
think
saying,
that ties
James.
into this.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I'm saying. I think we need to talk about that.
The question is, someone tells you, hey, thanks so much for the invite. I'm going to stop by. It's only going to be for a little while. I've got something else going on. And they're a no-show.
I would just assume whatever the other thing is they had going on, they couldn't make the time. Because in my head, you weren't planning to stay anyway. You told me as much. So maybe things changed and you just couldn't figure it out.
Right. That sounds fair. But should people do that? Like,
I don't think so.
What's the advice to someone that is considering saying that to their next place that they're considering?
I think you send a text or you try and reach out and say, you know what, thought I was going to be able to come through and I'm not. Things change or whatever. Like the person hosting is going to be busy. They may not even see the message right away, but they'll see it eventually. And I think when you do, you would appreciate the person at least made the effort to say something.
One step further, you just say, I can't make it.
Yeah, that. Yeah. If you know, but maybe the person was genuinely trying to make it. I don't know.
But if you're just going to stop by for 15 minutes,
15 minutes is not worth it.
I'll see you later.
Right, but here's okay. So here's the other thing, right? So if you do have to RSVP, and with that comes, yes, I am RSVPing, but I'm not staying long. So then what do you do? And then they don't show up, right? Because now you're paying for people.
That is on my pet peeve list. I know we talked about that a few episodes ago, but that is a pet peeve of mine because whether you're paying per person or not, you're still planning. It's your time.
Yes.
You're accounting for
that
them.
person, yeah.
And I think it is, honestly, it's rude. I think it's rude. And I think people, if you do this, you need to do better.
Do better.
You got to do better because I think it's not considerate of the person who invited you, right? What they're trying to do. And sometimes people just need that number in order to plan. I've been on the receiving end of that. You know, I'm trying to plan something. It wasn't a pay per person kind of a thing.
But you want to make sure you have enough.
But I couldn't make like reservations for things. Like I'm trying to get a final count. So you know what adult Janine does now? I'm like, you missed a cutoff, you're out.
Yeah.
You're
and don't
out.
show up.
I just move on. I'm like, okay, I know who confirmed, and I'm going to move on with these people. I'll create a new chat, and I move forward because it's like I'm stuck,
right?
And it's like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Does that sound?
How hurt should you be if there are friends of yours that confirmed and didn't show?
I think it depends on the event.
It used to annoy the hell out of me.
No, but hurt.
I mean, we
were
had
your
a
feelings
pretty big
hurt
event.
also? I think for a birthday, I would be hurt.
I felt some kind of way.
Yeah.
I felt some kind of way.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's hurt. It's probably a mix of like anger and disappointment.
Yeah, disappointment's
well,
good.
here's the thing, right?
Good way.
For my birthday, I invited the people that I wanted to be there, right? So if you didn't get an invitation, then, you know, it's not that I didn't want, I didn't want you to be there kind of thing, right? Because we're not close, right?
Say it, girl, say it.
But if I invite you and I'm making that effort to say, look, I want you here, I want to celebrate my day with you, then make the effort and don't, you know, if you can't make it, say you can't make it. Don't say you're going to make it and then not show up and then not even call. Don't even say a happy birthday, nothing, you know? Like, to me, that's hurtful.
All of that happened?
All of
all
that
of that.
happened.
That's a lot, bro.
So,
Yeah.
That's too much right there.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
See, I'm gonna say something. For me, like hearing you say that at this point in life, that would kind of make me reassess certain things in the relationship. Because in my head, it's kind of like, well, if we had the friendship, and I'm not saying I got to be your closest friend, but if we had the relationship that I really thought we had, it really is not too much to ask or too much to expect that you would at least say happy birthday, say you can't make it. You can make whatever is going on. Maybe you could originally, things have changed.
Right.
It's not a lot to do that, right? So I feel like if that really happened,
it did.
that questions a lot of things for me about what's going on there.
Oh, well, we're gonna go deeper down this rabbit hole.
Oh, we're gonna go down the rabbit hole.
I don't want to go too deep down this rabbit hole, but I do think that it's important to try and understand maybe a different perspective and have some understanding about what may have been going on with those people who didn't show. There could be a legitimate reason we just didn't speak to them yet. There could have been an emergency room. It could still be an emergency room.
Absolutely.
Who knows?
I mean, I think I would have known.
Or I don't know, or they could deal with the same thing you deal with, this social anxiety of going to a place in this space with all these people that I don't know. And you know what? I thought I was going to be able to do it, but I can't. So those things, and maybe not. I don't know. I'm just saying that before we go down the road of saying this might not be a person I want to invest a relationship in, to say, let me learn more. Let me get all of the information before I make that decision.
I mean, I'm not saying you need to end the relationship. I'm just saying it raises some questions for me, right? I think you're right. There absolutely could have been in something, an emergency. I just think like, so today's Thursday, right? Mm-hmm. The party was Saturday. So even in a situation like that, I think, the 24-hour rule kind of applies, right? So if you didn't reach out Saturday, maybe Sunday is your next window. I think if you go beyond then, it becomes awkward to try and now reach out to you to explain what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
look, if you have it in you to do it, you should do it.
Right. But, it also, it's like, it's not, to me, it's like I wasn't important.
Right.
So then now I know where my friendship lies.
And that brings it back to me saying a blend or a mixture of anger and disappointment.
Yeah.
Because if you invite someone and they say they will come, there is an expectation that's been set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then if you don't come, then you kind of question how strong is our relationship, how strong are those bonds. So
and it's really not it's not showing up and not providing a reason, because I think if they had just said to you, even if it was last minute, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it,
I would have been like, is everything okay?
Right.
It
would have, you wouldn't have been left with the feelings of, you would have been disappointed, but I think for a different reason, because now you know that they can't make it for sure.
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to, it's almost like borderline disappointment with hurt mixed in, because they didn't show and they didn't say anything on top of it. It like adds this extra
layer.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
whatever. We're going to shrug that off. That's what we're doing.
I'm not going to sit and dwell on it.
Shake it off.
So, I'm going to say what I need to say, and that was it. And keep it moving.
I hear you. And that's the thing, because do you think that like 25-year-old Lisa would have had the same reaction in terms of, okay, it is what it is, and I'm going to move on from it? Do you think?
Absolutely not.
Do you eat before you go to a party?
I think you should.
Sometimes, yeah.
I think it depends on who's throwing the party.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's true. That's what I'm like sometimes.
Well,
I'm like, if I know
look,
the food is going to be...
if you are showing up to Lisa's house for a party.
I'm
and my
hungry.
mother's there, there's a whole lot of food.
Not even with your mother being there. When we throw a pool party, for example,
we always have a lot of food.
right? You know you're going to show up and it's catered. It's everything that it needs to be, right?
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of an expectation that Lisa set for herself in that particular scenario, right?
I want to make sure.
So that's where
sober.
that's where my comment stems from. Is like, it all depends who's throwing the party, because you know who doesn't add salt to their food.
I can't.
Who doesn't season? Who doesn't season?
I was gonna say something else.
I didn't know that's where this was
switched
going.
it up. You know who doesn't add seasoning to their food. So therefore, you decide, I'm going to eat before we get there.
I can't.
Well, proper.
So, but tell me where you're headed with that,
So
because I took it.
proper etiquette is that you eat before you get to a party, so that you're not chasing down the server with the hors d'oeuvre plate.
Okay. Now,
You mean like I did Saturday?
But what
Literally?
if?
I did that. So on Saturday, right? I was like, I'd be in the middle of conversation. Hold on one second.
Yep, me too.
I just
Be like,
thought, what
I
is
need,
that?
I
What
need
you
to
got?
go.
You interrupted
those-
conversations
are
for
those meatballs?
the
Yes.
past hors d'oeuvres?
Hold on. I
It was so good.
They were
I was
so
like, hey,
good. I was going to say, did you taste it?
Yeah, I tasted
I was like,
everything.
hold on, 'cause
meatballs.
I'm starving.
She was like, filet mignon with saute. I was like, a filet
Yes.
what?
Yep.
Excuse
Yes.
me, 1 second, please. You should have one of these. Hold on. I'm going to get one. So I did chase down. I went hungry and I chased down the service. But I'm happy I went hungry,
Me
because
too.
then I
And
was
the
able
pizza,
to
you
taste
could taste a little
everything.
bit of everything. That
Well-
was strategic on our part, by the way.
But that's a real thing, right? So if the article says the etiquette is to eat beforehand, but what disrespect is it to show up to somebody's house and then not have any of their
eat.
food because you're full?
Yeah.
That's a great point,
Yep.
James.
That's a
That's a
wonderful
great
Especially
point.
in a Spanish household, you don't eat.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
no.
like, ooh.
Yeah, they're like, what's wrong with you? It's like disrespectful.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you don't like my food?
Yeah.
You get the eye rolling and the lip.
The side eye.
They're like,
all
Like,
sorts-
mira.
all
You don't
sorts
wanna
of.
You don't want to eat my food.
Oh, you too good? Too good? Your liver's too
Not that you're too good.
good?
So when you go to a party with a bunch of folks that you don't know, do you make a point to meet new people?
I don't like people.
Well, you already know I have my social anxiety. I'll sit in a corner.
It just is like, it's immediately, my immediate response is, this is work.
Yes.
And then followed by, I don't want to do it. Like did you see how I even pulled back? I'm just like, I don't want to do it.
I forget people's names.
Yeah.
Like, where do I see you from? Like, and they'll be like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, hi.
Yeah. I mean, it usually is fine for us. You know, I've seen you in situations like that, and it's fine. We're kind of like dreading it. You know, we get a cocktail, we calm down.
Hear my liquid courage.
And then we're fine. You're
Yeah.
funny. You lean in. I've seen you do it. Next thing I know, I turn around, everyone's laughing around. You know what I mean? Like it all works out. But I know, like in the beginning, it's like,
Just gotta push through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So proper party etiquette is to leave your partner, work the room, and make a point to meet 3 new people. How do you feel about
why have
that?
they put a number on it
Right.
though?
Why 3?
I don't know. They're networking. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like work.
It does feel like work.
Do you do that? Do you think that you're? Because I hear you, James, say like you're an introverted extrovert, or is it extroverted introvert?
I'm a loud introvert.
So in a setting like that, or what are you doing?
Playing music, avoiding people, leaving his wife
First
alone.
of all, I was going to say, do you leave Lisa's side
Yes.
and venture off? Do you do that?
It is very common at the gatherings that we go to where, look, the girls gravitate to the girls, the guys gravitate to the guys. That's normal. That's not leaving on purpose.
It's like a middle school
It's just
dance
kind of
again.
just kind of girls on that
It's
side of
true.
the wall and
Yeah.
guys on that side of the wall. And we just go ahead and do our thing. Now, do I go and seek people out?
Yeah.
I seek out those that I'd like to talk to.
Do you feel comfortable though in those kind of settings?
Yes, I'm comfortable because most of the time, those settings, I know just about everybody there.
Okay.
And I've had at least a conversation with the majority of people there.
And what if you didn't know anyone?
I don't do it.
You stay by Lisa's side.
Yeah. Yeah. I find the person serving the hors d'oeuvres. I'd say, hey, I'll be right back. I'm not gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Or like I said, I go and I play the music.
So this ties into the last one. So even if you don't know someone, you should pretend that you know them.
Why? But why?
Well, even if you don't remember them.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
remember.
You should pretend that you remember them.
Oh, no,
I think we
I'm
do that
bad at
naturally,
that.
honestly.
Hey, you.
That happened to me in the supermarket the other day.
He's
I
like,
told you. I
It's
told
so
you that,
good to
right?
see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The person I recognized the person, and they kind of I could see it right away, right? And we're talking. I didn't give my name. They didn't say my name, right? And I was like, oh, they don't remember. They're piecing it together. I could see the wheels turning, right? They're trying to like, where do I know her from?
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever figured it out.
That's
But
usually
what was
me trying to
funny-
piece it together.
Me
like,
too.
oh my God, what's
right? Like, I
happening?
don't know. But at the end, I said, oh, tell your wife. I said hello, but I said the wife's name. So I know he walked away like, damn, and she remembers my wife's name? I know he was really like, who, like trying to figure it out. But I don't know if I agree with playing along.
I do it all
you?
the time. Because, and I did it especially when I moved to this area because I was like new, right? So everyone else knew everyone and I'm the new person. So you remember me. I'm trying to remember all these new people, the faces, the names, and I know them now. But it was a challenge to begin with. And when I see them, like if I saw them in supermarket, if I saw them at like Tiki, or if I saw them at a party, I would, hey, yeah. And
good to see
sometimes
you.
they would like, and I'd be like, yes, I know who you are now.
I mean,
They
we
gave you a
witnessed
clue?
you at the block party, right? Last year, where you were social butterfly. I mean, but it's literally like your street, like your neighborhood, right? So
Yeah.
I
that
didn't
was-
know any of those people.
but you ingrained yourself. You went up to people, hey, I'm Ramon.
Yeah, he really did,
I live
actually.
right over
Yeah.
here, and I'll let me check out your dog, and I'll taste your food, and so you were working the crowd. I think
And it
that
paid
was
off.
that was a unique opportunity because it was right where you lived.
Yeah.
Whereas I think some of these kind of more regular annual get-togethers kind of thing, people gravitate back to the same
Yes.
crowd
Yep.
that they're with most of the time.
And that's what happened at that.
And there's usually only now 1 or 2 new people that show up to some of these things. So sometimes it's refreshing to actually go up to somebody and say hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I learned a trick where you would go, if you're struggling to meet people, put 3 pennies or paper clips or coins or whatever in your pocket. And for every person that you meet, you move that coin from one pocket to the other pocket until that pocket is empty. And that forces you, for people that need that kind of prompt, if you will, that I've heard that works.
What do you do when you get stuck at one person?
Oh my God, is that pigs in a blanket?
No, you know what I do?
Try these meatballs.
I'm like, hold that thought. I have to use the bathroom.
So use
Hold that thought.
bathroom.
I
I've
the
had to
bathroom.
pee for like the past 20 minutes. I'll be
That's
right
a
back.
good one.
Yeah. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. I have to use
See,
the
you got plenty of opportunities.
Unless you ate before you got to the party.
Yes. Unless you ate before you got to the party, or you showed up empty-handed.
Or you just go like this. Oh, I'll be right back.
Or you say, wait, I said I was only going to be here 15 minutes and it's time for me to go.
Has anyone ever gone to one of your parties and complained?
Not to my face.
That you've heard about?
Complain.
Has it ever come back to you?
No.
I'm trying to think. What about us?
Have you ever gone to a party and complained?
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
one.
I don't know.
There was no food. I
No
should have
food.
ate.
I should have ate before I got to this party.
The only time I can really think of complaining, it wasn't about necessarily like the party. Maybe some of the people.
People, okay.
You know,
What about the toilet isn't clean?
Oh, no,
is-
that's a no-no.
I don't know if I've ever.
Well, I was just going to, it's funny. It's so funny you said that because I was just going to ask, I was like, do you clean before a party?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or do you just like kind of, I'll
Yeah.
do a little bit of cleaning, but the majority I'll do afterwards.
Well, if you're not going to clean, then make sure your toilets are clean, your sinks
Yeah, you gotta
are
hit the
clean.
essentials.
You got to
Yeah.
hit the essentials. You know, the garbage, things like that. You know,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't like mop the floor because I got to mop it when they leave.
Right.
Yeah.
But like the toilets and the sinks,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had a choice for your party, would you pay for all the liquor or pay for all the food?
Food, right?
Food. It's easier for people to bring liquor.
Liquor, yeah. I would say, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's easier for people to bring liquor and you know what you're eating.
Yeah. And they're probably going to eat before they get there. So.
As a party planner, is it awkward for you to just tell people when they ask you, what should I bring?
No.
Is it
It's
awkward,
not awkward.
for you as a party planner to say, I need you to bring tequila reposado and 2 bags of ice?
No.
I think
The big
a
one.
lot of people.
No, and we've done it.
I think a lot of people need to be told if they're asking. They need to be told because
Yes.
they genuinely don't know what to bring.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So
And we're
if-
good about that.
So
But
it's
if you
just like,
ask-
all right, bring
so-
some ice, bring
Yep.
something.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
If you ask, what should I bring? You should be prepared to bring what's asked.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd like you to bring a bottle of Clase Azul.
But I'm not, so, and it would be a courtesy to keep in mind the expense of whatever you're asking someone to bring.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think.
I agree.
So their spend should be commensurate with the party that you're throwing. Are you saying that?
No.
No. So you're saying if I'm having a barbecue, I shouldn't be expecting 12-year-old Macallan?
No.
No.
But it's so
Okay.
good.
All right. I'm just want to, we're just
Maybe
bottle
a pack of hot
A bottle of
dogs.
Jim Beam.
Pack of hot dogs.
should be Boons, some PBRs,
Wait, what was it that Gavin Spring bought? Some
Bush
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 Light.
Beer.
Shut up.
Some Bush Light.
some Bush Light. Lisa straight up said, "Who brought the Bush Light?" They were like, "I did." And she was like, "Why? Because it's cheap." And I heard the echo. She didn't even have a face-to-face conversation. It echoed through the basement. Why'd you bring Bush beer? Because it's cheap.
That was funny.
That's funny.
That
It's
was
still
pretty
there.
funny.
So whenever they come back, they can have it.
Still there. Somebody reached for it. Well, look, I think we pretty much beat that topic up pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it was a
Yeah,
great
it was a good
topic.
one.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And we got to vent about the whole RSVPing.
Yeah, right?
Yes, we did get to vent a little bit. I think we learned some tips. If you want to learn all the steps that you heard today, you can go pick up the episode and check out the show notes.
Learn what we would do. Friends After 40 proper etiquette.
Yeah.
All right, so if you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We appreciate you so much. Thanks for all the feedback to date on the podcast. And from the four of us to all of you, have a great night. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Friends After 40 podcast.
Later.